Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope that all of you are doing well. I am Dominik Plattner, the ITTF High Performance Manager, and I am very delighted to warmly welcome all of you to our 33 ITTF High Performance and Development webinar with the topic #Restart Table Tennis in the Bubble. It was an amazing show ITTF and WTT delivered us onto our screens at home. But before going over to the introduction of our panelists, I want to talk shortly about our webinar code of the Q&A. To all the attendees, please leave your questions in the Q&A section. Our panelists will try to answer as many as possible in the question and answer part of the webinar. So thank you very much for taking care of this. And now over to the introduction of our panelists for today. It is a great pleasure and honor for us to warmly welcome a great lineup of panelists today. I would like to start with the ITTF CEO and WTT Board Director, Steve Dainton from Australia. Hello and welcome, Steve.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you very much. Over to the next one, Adriana Diaz from Puerto Rico, the current number 18 in the world ranking. She won 3 gold medals at the 2019 Pan Am Games. She is the first Puerto Rican player to qualify for the Olympic Games, and she was the winner of the Universal 2020 ITTF Pan America Cup. Hello, Adriana.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being part of our webinar. Over to the next one, Jiaqi Zheng from Chinese Taipei. She was a participant for the United States of America at the Rio 2016 Summer Olympics as a player. She took the 3rd place at the Uncle Bob 2018 Women's World Cup as a coach. She was the winner of the mixed doubles at the Seamaster 2019 ITTF World Tour Platinum China Open as a coach. And last but not least, she took the 3rd place at the mixed doubles at the Agricultural Bank of China 2019 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals as a coach. Hello, Jiaqi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now over to the male side, Hugo Calderano from Brazil, the current number 6 in the world ranking. He was twice the winner at the Pan Am Games in 2015 and 2019. He was the runner-up at the Seamaster 2018 ITTF World Tour Platinum Qatar Open. He took the 3rd place at the Seamaster 2018 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals. And last but not least, he was the bronze medalist at the 2014 Summer Youth Olympic Games. Hi, Hugo.
Hi, Dominik. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for taking the time. And last but not least, Kanak Cha from USA, the current number 28 in the world ranking. He was the winner of the Pan Am Games in team event, the bronze medalist at the 2018 Summer Youth Olympic Games. And he took the 5th place at the Zen No 2019 ITTF Team World Cup in Tokyo. Hi, Kanak.
Hey, Dominik. Hey, everyone. Happy to be here.
Nice to have you on board, Kanak. And I would like to mention that Adriana and Kanak are our current with future in mind scholarships holder, while Hugo used to be it years ago. So again, thank you very much to all of you for taking the time, and it's nice to meet you. And now I would like to pass the floor to our ITTF CEO, Steve Dainton. So pass over to you, Steve.
Thank you, Dominik, and again, thanks for having us all here today. It's really nice to catch up again, I think, with some players who I felt like I spend quite a bit of time with in the last few months with Hugo, Kanak, Jiaqi, Adriana. I felt like we've almost become some kind of family in the last 2 or 3 months in China and, of course, also in Macau. So it's really nice to see you guys again, and I hope you're all doing well, whether it's, I know a couple of you are in China and the others are over there playing the Champions League in Europe, and I hope after the restart event you're all fit and healthy and in good shape and playing some really great table tennis. It's really great to see you. And thanks to the high performance and development team for, putting on these webinar. It's really wonderful to hear that this is webinar number 33, if I got it right. And 33 is really, really cool number. And glad to be part, and I'm looking forward to a really great session and talking to the players that were part of Restart, and also giving you some information from the ITTF side. So with that, welcome and thanks again. I pass it over to you, Max, and looking forward to the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, we have to thank you guys for being here. We are very, very happy to have you here. Trust me, it's not easy to gather these champions together in this time. They are really busy traveling, training, and we will see later on what they are doing right now. And really is a big privilege to have also our ITTF CEO, Steve Dainton. I would like to start, actually, we have so many questions, guys, for you. And I would like to start with you, Steve, regarding the bubble, of course. How did the idea take shape and what was needed to make this incredible machine work out?
Well, it's not a small question, but thanks for the question, and I'll try my best to be as short as possible, because I think it would be great to hear as much from the players than from myself. But I think 2020 has been one of the most complicated and difficult years for everybody, whether it's sport or any industry, actually. And for us in table tennis and all the sports, we've really been hoping to have competitions and events start again. And that was, something that we were all kind of missing for many months. And finally, it was 8 months between the two international competitions, from Qatar Open, or even I think it was Oman Open, and then Polish Open, which didn't quite finish until the restart. But I guess we were sitting, in our offices in May, June, July, and really wondering when would this pandemic finish, and and no one really has a crystal ball, and no one really knew when the pandemic would finish. But we knew that we had to try something different if we wanted to have international events start again. And fortunately, we had a couple of countries like China and Germany also pushing us to see if there was a different way to make events. And we started to study, could we have 3 or 4 events in the same country because of all the quarantine, et cetera, and could we actually make that happen this year, because we need to do something to try and have international events in 2020. And fortunately for us, I guess China was probably the most interested to try to do something. As I said, we had some other countries looking at it, but when we got this kind of interest from China, we really studied the possibility, and we thought, well, if we don't take the chance, then there will be nothing in 2020 in terms of international events. And from a sports perspective, from a hope perspective for the future, from many different perspectives, we thought we have to be brave, we have to try our best, and we have to see if we can actually make some international events in 2020. And the whole team here, not only in Singapore, but also your teams there, got together and said, let's try our best to make this happen. There's a lot of work to do to get it to happen, in terms of, making sure that it's a safe environment for the players, from making sure that everyone and the players could feel comfortable with actually quite complicated, a different way to prepare with quarantine, with all the different measures that we need to put in place. But we really put all of our maximum effort to try and get these events up and running, because we felt that we need to give table tennis hope again. We want our sport to have hope that we can make international events. And this was really our driving force behind what we were doing. And it was really all about giving hope, because for 8 months with no international events, we were all, frustrated, sad. We were all like a little bit negative thinking as well, because we want, activity to start again. And it was all about hope, and that was what really drove us to try and get Restart to happen.
Well, the message reached us crystal clear because really it switched on again the hope for the future. That was amazing. I mean, seeing you guys there competing and making this happen was a really big hope for us for the entire table tennis. So thank you, and I think also CTTA played a very important role in this machine, and we have also to thank them and all guys involving in this adventure. Thank you very much on behalf of table tennis world. So we are playing table tennis, and I pass the ball to Dominic. Dominic, back to you. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much, Steve, and also Massimo. And I would like to start with a question for the players. The question goes to Adriana and Hugo. Both of you played all the competitions scheduled in China and Macau. What worked well for you and what didn't work well with your performance? And I would like to give the word first to the lady, Adriana.
Hi. Yeah, well, first time playing in Macau, it felt great. I really liked the stadium, the lights, the colors. It was a really new experience for us. But like I said, I felt great. I think I watched all the matches. I always was watching the matches. I really liked the system, how the other players played. So yeah, it was amazing. I can't wait to play another WTT if I'm lucky.
Thank you. And what were the positive and negative things regarding your performance?
Well, I wish I could have played better. I mean, that's the only negative thing that I have to say. Maybe it was with my game. But I think everything was positive. I mean, in such a difficult time to make this possible for the first time, it was amazing. I think ITTF did a great thing there. And I just felt very lucky to be one of the first to play I think I played the first match, so that was amazing. And I was very happy everything that was happening.
Great to hear. Thank you very much. And what about you, Hugo? What worked well and what didn't work well?
Yeah, I think the whole bubble experience was great. I think everybody wanted to get back to the international tournaments, so I think it was very successful. The security measures were very good. I think ITTF and the CTTA did a very good job on creating this safe environment for the players. I think, of course, it was tough on everyone. I mean, it's not easy being quarantined and not being able to practice as we want. We are professional athletes, so we're used to practice every day and with a high quantity and quality. So I think it was tough for everyone, but overall, I was very happy with my experience there. Well, I think I played well, not so much in the beginning. I think also because of the lack of practice. But then I think my level was improving throughout the tournaments, and in the end, I was feeling great. I think the events were great, especially the WTT in Macau. Yeah, just congratulations to everyone who made this possible, and hopefully we'll see some more events like this. Hopefully without the virus, but if so, I think the first bubble was a very good experience.
Thank you very much, Hugo, for your answer. And I would like to pass back to Massimo for the next question.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Chen Jiaqi, you were there. Actually, you planned to be there in all three competitions, but the first you were in quarantine, I guess. So you were there for the finals and for the WTT, and you were mainly following Jiaqi Zheng, the player, of course, from Taipei. Are you satisfied about your players' performance during these two competitions?
Yes, I'm 100% satisfied with Jiaqi Zheng. If I really want to pick a place that is not satisfied, I hope she drink less Coke, because they provide Coke.
Okay, so she played well. Then back to Dominic. I guess you have something for Kanak, I guess.
You are very right. I have something for Kanak. So let's continue talking about the performance, Kanak. In spite of not qualifying for the main draw, your performance was very impressive. Did you prepare in a specific way for this challenge? Is there anything that you regret?
I mean, regret-wise, it's never fun to lose, you know. To lose 3-4, 3-4 was tough, especially after waiting so long to compete. But in terms of preparation, but actually I think it was quite similar for all the players. You know, we all were in quarantine and then chance to practice. So I think actually in preparation it was quite equal among the players. And yeah, like you said, I think I performed well, and it was, I mean, obviously the World Cup is just 20 of the best players in the world. So it's always fun to compete there, but of course disappointed that I didn't make the main draw.
Thank you. And also, in my opinion, it was a fair competition because everybody had to adapt to the long break. And it seems that you guys did very well. And now I would like to pass over to Max for the second round of the questions.
Yeah, Kanak is very right. I mean, that match against Chuan Qiyang, 14-12, definitely in the seventh game was so thrilling. So yeah, well, anyway, but Steve, you are a player. I've seen you play sometimes, and how you were there with the players for quite some time. And so, how did you judge their performance? What do you see the potentials on these players? They are quite young, actually, right?
Well, first of all, I must say that if you're lumping me in as a player together with the players here, then I'm really a little bit embarrassed, because I think the level of my playing ability is far lower than the ability of our guest tonight. So I'm not sure if I can really say that I'm at the same level. But thank you for saying that, and I will take it and put the badge on. But no, seriously, I think what we have to be really understanding and really proud about is that I think this is the first time, it was the first time we had a bubble, of course, but it was a really different type of approach that players needed to take in order to try and perform at their highest. I mean, you cannot underestimate, let's say, the concern of traveling to a bubble to start with, worried about how the situation would be where the bubble is. Will the conditions be, good? How will the quarantine be? What kind of food will we eat? We knew quite early that many of the players were really concerned about how to prepare for these really important matches. We had world ranking. We had they were really, important, especially as we lead up to Tokyo 2020 next year. So these matches were extremely important, and we knew that the preparation was quite tough. We had quarantine for 2 weeks. Fortunately, with the Chinese authorities, we could have some training for a part of the quarantine, not all of the quarantine, but still to go a long period without being in the training hall, to go a long period with different kind of foods where you don't really have a choice. To have all these really different experiences. I mean, the sacrifice that our players put in to, try and come and participate at these bubbles. I think, as I think Hugo just said, he probably wished he could have performed better, or a couple of others said they wish they could perform better. But the performance that we saw, considering the sacrifice that they had to make, I mean, we can really only be thankful, and it was truly outstanding. And I mean, watching there as a as the CEO, and I mean, the level of matches throughout the entire bubble was totally incredible. Every single match, really hard fought. Every single player putting in their best efforts to make a wonderful spectacle for us and the fans of table tennis was truly amazing. And And I think, behind the scenes, the people really don't know what you guys had to do to get to the bubble. The travel, the fear, the quarantine, etc. And it's really, we've really got to take our hats off to you guys, because what you've done for our sport this year is something that makes all of us table tennis people really, really proud. And we really, really thank you for your sacrifice in 2020.
They are really professionals, let's say it. Yes, very, very true. Okay, then back to you, Dominic, again.
Thank you very much, Steve and Massimo. And this question is for all of you. And I would like to start in the following order. So Jiaqi, Adriana, then passing to Hugo, and last but not least, Kanak. And the question is, how was the overall experience of being part of the bubble? I mean, all of you have mentioned so far few insights. And how did you cope with the challenges like the quarantine, the overall strict protocols that were put in place throughout the bubble event? So Jiaqi, please, can you start?
Yeah, I think even though COVID-19 has been a trend nearly a year, ITTF is still doing a very good job by letting us stay in a good health condition, such as we still getting trained every day during the quarantine, exam every day, every 3 days, to make sure everyone is healthy and being able to keep up with the game. Direct protocol are good health.
Okay, thank you very much. Adriana, please continue.
Yeah, I think we spent a lot of time in our countries without competition, and for my part, I didn't have like many time like with quality training. So yeah, when my dad told me the opportunity to make a restart and to go to the bubble, I immediately thought as a good opportunity. I really thought it was a great idea, not only for me but for everyone. I think it's a very, very good way to end the year. We didn't have any tournaments. Well, we didn't have many tournaments, so having these 3 events for me was really important. And yeah, I'm just I always tell my dad that I feel like this was a very good opportunity for me, and I'm just happy to be part of it, and I really enjoyed the moment. And now I'm here in China training, so I feel like everything was great for my career.
Thank you, Adriana. And what about you, Hugo? How was your personal restart? Maybe you can give us share some personal insights.
Yeah, as I said, I think overall it was very good to start playing again in the international tournaments. I think everybody was looking forward to it. Not only the players, but also I think the fans really enjoyed the restart. Yeah, I mean, I think it was, like I said, it was good to play again. I mean, at the beginning I was a little bit skeptical because for me health comes first. But I think everything was really well organized, and I really felt very safe in the bubble.
Great to hear. And last but not least, Kanak, how did you cope with the challenges?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, first I have to say the whole bubble experience, it was really amazing to me how much care the ITTF and ITTF took to make sure we were in a safe environment, because obviously this was biggest concern for most of us players traveling at this time. And I have to say it was really well organized. I was only there for the first event, so I wasn't perhaps as long as the other players, but for me personally, there are definitely a lot of challenges coming with the quarantine, and then to not be able to practice or to eat or to stay in, I guess, your home or for such an extended period of time. So there was definitely a lot of challenges mentally as well as physically, as going such a long period in China. And I think a lot of people who watch the event, They didn't realize how much us players put ourselves through to compete there. But of course, with that being said, I have to say it was really amazing to compete again. I mean, it was exciting for everybody. I think for people watching, spectators, fans, and for us players to compete again. So overall, I'm really happy with the experience in the bubble. I think, like I said, everyone did a really good job of running the event very well and making sure it was very well organized and very safe. So it was a great and new experience overall.
Great. Thanks to all of you for sharing your personal insights of bubble, and also a big thanks from my side to all of you for making this event happen. So I would like to pass over to Max for the third round of the questions.
Well, actually, I want just to go back a little bit with the players. There was no audience during the World Cup, and then there was audience in the Changzhou in the finals. How was that feeling for those maybe competing in both? Maybe Jiaqi, Adriana, and Hugo, just a quick feeling about that. Or even Kanak. I mean, Kanak was there for the World Cup. No audience was there. Jiaqi?
I think in World Cup, we were starting to play again, so not having fans, it was a little bit weird. But then in grand finals, when I first entered the stadium, I saw a lot of people, and I was really happy. I got to play against Chen Qin, so it was a really nice experience. And yeah, there were many good rallies, and people clapped, so that was a really good feeling to have back and to feel the warmth of people. Yeah.
Right.
Hugo, how about that feeling?
Yeah, I had already played in the Bundesliga finals in July without spectators, so I know the feeling, and it's not great. I mean, we practice every day for this feeling of many people watching and enjoying table tennis. So yeah, it was great to play again in the World Tour finals with people watching and enjoying our sport. Yeah, I think that's why we practice so much. It's really for these moments.
Good. Kanak, quickly from you. No spectators in the World Cup?
Yeah, it was a new experience for me. Luckily, me and Hugo, we were playing the Bundesliga already started without the spectators, but still, it's definitely a strange feeling to play the World Cup without spectators. The hall is really quiet, and hard to feel inside as motivated naturally. You can just motivate from the crowd, but now you have to really motivate yourself. So yeah, it was a new experience, and maybe in the future we'll have more like this.
Thank you. So Dominic, I keep the ball in my hand. I go for the question 3. Steve, this is for Steve. As ITTF CEO, what is your takeaway from this bubble event, and what represented the major challenges in making the events happen?
It's a very good question, Max, and thanks a lot. I think the first really main key from this is that table tennis can prevail even in the most difficult of times. And I think this is a really amazing thing for us, because we all love our sport. We all believe in our sport. We think that it's the biggest and most important thing in the world, but not everybody does. And when we've seen other sports coming back to life throughout the year, whether that's Formula One, whether that's NBA basketball, whether that's UFC, whether that's the football leagues, we wanted to see our sport also come back, even though it's a really, really complicated time in the life, and probably, let's say, the biggest disaster that almost any of us have lived through in our lifetime. So just to know that our sport is big enough and important enough to prevail a crisis, it's really, I think, the number one takeaway, and something that we should all be proud of as a sport. The other thing is that, as many of the players now have just said, that the efforts that we did to make sure that the health and safety was the most important thing. I think one of the biggest facts that comes out of this bubble that I don't know if any other sport can even compare with us, we had 0 COVID cases. 0. So it was not one single COVID case for our event during the bubble. And then I guess the third thing that, really comes from that is that probably that comes because we had massive, massive support from, and you mentioned it earlier, from our friends in China. The Chinese government from the very top, all the way down to the, not down, but all the way to the Chinese Table Tennis Association, all of the local authorities, the different cities, the states that we played the events in, and finally also in Macau. The level of support that we saw for table tennis from China was probably impossible to replicate in any other place. So, if I really took away the takeaways, I think these are the key things. And, I think we should be proud of, our sport, that we can make something happen. And I think it's, I'll probably come back to it later, but it's really changed our mentality that now we believe that we can make events even if we're in a difficult situation. And that's a huge change in our mentality from where we were probably halfway through the year.
Yes, thank you. Yes, strong willingness and the team efforts, I guess. There was a team efforts. Judging from outside, we have seen so much things going on during this time. So definitely great. Thank you for your answer. And now back to Dominic.
Thank you very much, Steve and Massimo. And I will skip the question to Hugo because he already shared his feelings regarding the WTT. But I would like to ask Jiaqi, Hugo, and Adriana something else regarding the WTT. And I would like to start with you, Jiaqi. How did you find the novelties that were put in place at the WTT in Macau? Like the playing system, the venue, the branding, the players' presentation, or whatever comes to your mind.
WTT is a novel competition from venue, lights, and to color of the table, all have a brand new style. And it shines our eye, and we feel pretty cool to be part of it. It is a new experience, and we like it.
Great, thank you very much. And we stay on the same screen with Adriana. Please, Adriana, share your opinion.
Yeah, like I said before, for me, WTT was an amazing experience. It was something new, black floor, something that I've never played before. But it was nice. I love to watch every single match. I think the system, the top 4 seed battle is just great. I really like it. I hope one day maybe I could be there and have that experience. So yeah, I love the colors. I think orange and black mix very well. So yeah, I really liked everything about it.
Happy about your answer. Thanks, Adriana. And Hugo, how did you like walking out from the tunnel and playing the sudden death ball?
Yeah, I think it was a great experience. The tournament was very well organized. I think the design team did a very good job. I think everything looked great. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the 5-point matches, also because I lost both of them.
Not good experience.
Yeah, I think that the level wasn't that high because the players were a little bit tense. but yeah, I think overall it was great. I think yeah, as I said, the design was great, everything looked great, and I think that's the way we have to continue to follow.
Thank you very much, Hugo. And I will stay on the screen with the round number 4 of questions. And again, back to our ladies. We know that you are currently in China, Jiaqi and Adriana, and you will soon take part in the prestigious Chinese Super League representing the ITTF World Professionals team, along with Lily Chang, Do Hoi Kim, Jiaqi He, Cheng Yiqing, and Lin Junju. Can you share with us your experience with this great opportunity? So starting with Jiaqi, from the perspective of the coach.
It is our pleasure to train with China team. For us, it is all new experience. We have never had training partner as strong as like them. They are well organized and strict disciplined. We learn so much from them and hope to have more opportunity in the future to train with them. For the Super League, we are going to try our best. We have a good attitude toward to the game. We hope bring new faces and impress game to audience. And thanks for ITTF and CETA to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiaqi. And yeah, Adriana, as we've mentioned, the Chinese Super League will take place from the 21 till the 29th December. So how are your feelings? Are you very much looking forward, being nervous or whatever?
Yeah, I'm so nervous. I've never thought that I would play Super League. It's just an amazing feeling. I know it's gonna be an amazing experience. And yeah, we're gonna try our best. I think we have a very good team, and the most important thing is that we trust each other and we have great communication and we are like friends. So yeah, it's an amazing experience, and I know it's hard. You know, it's the best league in the world, so I know it's gonna be tough. But I'm just happy to be here and have this experience. And we've been training with the best table tennis players of the world, so I think we are gonna be okay. We're just trying to win some matches, and let's see how it goes.
We wish you all the best for the start into the Chinese Super League, and hopefully you will rock it. And yeah, you are right. We just saw the videos, but only the practice hall of the Chinese national team makes your heart beat a little bit faster, I guess, no?
Yes, yeah. Yes. The practice are way worse than back in home.
Okay, thank you, ladies. And now I would like to pass over to my dear colleague from Italy, Massimo.
So, Adriana, Jiaqi, how many hours every day you practice with the national team? 8 to 12 hours? How many hours you were there?
25 hours per day.
Yeah.
No, it's we practice a lot. We wake up early, have breakfast, and then practice maybe from 9 till 11ish. Then going to the gym. After the gym, we ate some lunch, and then back from 3 to 6, or sometimes Jiaqi ended her practice today at 7, so you can imagine. So yeah, it's pretty tough. We also run a lot, so I'm very sore right now. Cannot go anymore.
Quite intense. I'm sure that the team, as Dominic mentioned, is a strong team, and they are going to, I'm sure, to upset many players over there. So good luck for this new experience. So yeah, I keep going for Kanak and champion. You are current world ranking number 28, and we do know how tough it is to rise in the world ranking. What do you think you need to reach the top of the top 10, top? Let's say like that.
I mean, I think still definitely for me a long way to go. I mean, when I even think to myself, I'm 28 in the world, it's crazy for me to think because I remember just many years ago when I was just playing as a cadet or junior and just playing because I love the sport. But in terms of my goals, I don't really actually think too much in long term what I hope for. I mean, especially specifically with my ranking. For me, most important is just to train every day, to focus on what I'm trying to improve on and to train hard. And I hope as the years go, my ranking will naturally go up or down depending on the work I'm putting in. But I'm not trying to think too much long term what the ranking will be, if that makes sense.
Always, this kid is always wise. Very, very good. Thank you, Kanak. We are going to go for the last questions, the number 5, and Dominic, is your turn now.
Thank you very much, Massimo. You are very right. The last round of our questions, and my question is now to Steve. A very last question from our side to you, Steve. With these successful first events behind us, we are looking to 2021 and the fantastic plans we have. Could you please tell our attendees more about it?
Yeah, thanks. And it's my pleasure to give some concepts for 2021. As I said earlier, it's been such a complicated year, and restart was really, really so important. And I guess the first thing that I could say about that is that I think if we did not have restart and we did not have these events in the bubble, we would probably still be sitting here very cautious about the future and very cautious about what lies ahead in 2021. But I can feel from the team in general that because of restart, we believe that we can make a decent number of events in 2021. How those events look probably still is not like a normal, style of, one championship to another championship in different countries. It's still going to have to be a bubble and hub type approach. But by having restart, it really gives us the confidence that we can do it, and we can have a bunch of bubbles in 2021. A lot of those details we're still really working on because, and this is, pretty hard to, really explain. But again, I've said it to some of the guys here who have said, we're too late with our planning. We should have been much earlier. We need to inform all the players. We need to inform all the national associations. We need to inform everyone about 2021. But we just finished restart, and it was just, at the end of end of November that we finished. And without it, we would have no planning for 2021. We would just be still waiting and hoping that COVID would disappear. So since we've come back from Macau and the team, and now, with the confidence, we are scrambling and rushing and doing our absolute best every minute of the day at the moment. And the team, I know, they are working like crazy to get everything up and running for 2021. What does that look like? We would hope to probably present something quite soon. We wish it could have been earlier, but again, like I said, without restart, we wouldn't be presenting anything probably. We'll have a meeting next Monday to discuss the World Championships. I don't want to give too much hints, but we have some concerns with the rising number of cases of COVID in Korea at the moment. So that's looking quite problematic, but there will be a decision on that next Monday with an executive committee meeting and the continental presidents. On the other hand, for some bubble events that will be managed and run by World Table Tennis, we have pretty good news that we will soon, in the next days, be able to announce a bubble, firstly in the Middle East in Qatar, starting in March, and then a second series of bubble events in China, probably starting in April. Exact dates we will present soon. So I think that's very good. And then before the Olympics, our intention is to try to have also 1 or 2 events in Europe before the Olympics, maybe connected with the European Championships or the European Top 16 event, a couple of World Table Tennis events. And that would then lead us up until the Olympic Games. We're really hopeful that the vaccine can be a help to the current situation, but I think our information is that probably still for 2021, we have to think entirely in a bubble situation, because the vaccine would take a long time to roll out, a long time for the world's population to all receive a vaccine for COVID-19, and probably still take a long time before all the borders and for international travel to come back to some kind of normality. We're really hopeful that means 2022 could be some kind of normal, but we have to plan that 2021, there will still be restrictions in travel, there will be quarantines, there will be a lot of COVID testing needed. They will be rolling out the vaccine, and until that is all very, very clear, we treat 2021, still with a lot of caution. But because of restart, we do believe we can make, 4 or 5 bubbles throughout the year, and we will have a decent number of international events, hopefully 1 or 2 World Championships, and then hopefully around somewhere between 15 to 20 World Table Tennis events, across a number of bubbles throughout the year. So we're really excited. I can really feel that it's the first time in a long time that the team feels that we can do it. And that was really just because we were able to make Restart a big success. And now we know what to do, we know how to do it, and we can do it, in different places across the world starting from 2021.
Steve, thank you very much for your answer. And from your lips to God's ears, I can just say, and I think I speak in the name of the whole table tennis family. Hopefully we are as soon as possible back in the normal business, I would call it. And thanks for putting all the effort and the energy into the great projects to make it happen.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And I would like to pass over to you, Massimo, for a rotative question.
Yes, indeed. Was a great test, actually, overall, just what Steve said regarding the future, because this gave to all of them, to the entire machine, the proper, let's say, training and be ready for next challenges. So yeah, that was a great job. Yeah, we have rotative questions. So guys, get ready. Adriana, Jiaqi, Kanak, and Hugo. So we are close to turn up the year, and you have a free wish. And what do you feel or would like ITTF did more or better for you for the event? Adriana, you are the first. A, alphabetical A. Adriana.
I don't really know what to wish. I think ITTF has done a great job this far. I mean, just making this bubble and WTT possible, I think is very great for our sport. I don't really have a wish, but I don't know. Maybe it's more like personal. I just wish, that I play better, and yeah, it's just me. But to the ITTF, yeah, I don't think that they could make something better this year. I think what they already did was incredible, was amazing, and not having even like one case is just amazing. So yeah, do you have a wish? Yes.
I don't really have a wish, but I think ITTF doing a great job because they made the bubble, the tournament, the WTT, everything is great, and ITTF never let us down. We have a good time here as always, and we expect the coming year will be as magnificent. So thanks.
Yeah.
Next.
Mr. Ja?
I mean, like Adriana and Jiaqi said, really, I have to first emphasize again that the amount of care and attention to detail that they put into the bubble to make it as comfortable as they could for us was really, really amazing to see for all of us. And I think, of course, it was the first experience for a lot of us, so we didn't really know what to expect. And of course, also for the ITTF staff, I'm sure it was a lot of new experiences for them also. So it was kind of a little bit, always didn't know what to expect, but overall they did a great job. In terms of wishes, it's hard to think at the moment. Maybe I can say for myself personally, I'm a vegetarian. I know Ugo is also. I can't speak for him, but the food always is it's a really important factor for us athletes. I mean, we need to eat properly in order to compete, and that's something we take a lot of care about in our home. And to have a lot of variety and good quality of vegetarian food is, I guess, something I would say I wish for, but I know ITTF already, they did a great job of trying to provide for us who have little special dietary types, but other than that, no wishes. I mean, it was really impressive event overall.
Yeah, well, food is very important, but I know that you have an extra suitcase when you travel that full of food, and you get ready for that. Yeah, so you know that. Mr. Calderano, Hugo, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Kanak. I mean, Adriana is also a vegetarian, so I think for us it's very important to have good food. I mean, good and healthy, and many options to choose from, because yeah, for high level sportsmen and sportswomen, it's one of the most important things, nutrition. So yeah, I agree with that. And other than that, I think ITTF has been doing a great job. I think they just have to continue to promote our sport and make our sport even more entertaining for the people, to help our sport grow and get to the next level.
Thank you, guys. And the very last question for you, Dominic, you can take over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Massimo. And again, it's a rotative question. And I would like to start this time with the male side. So Hugo, Kanak, Jiaqi after, and last but not least, Adriana. We've heard about all the things and so on, but what are your goals for 2021? Let's start with Hugo.
Well, obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is the Olympic Games. First of all, I hope they're able to be held in Tokyo, and I hope to be there. And of course, my goal has been for a long time to get an Olympic medal, and I think I'm at a level that I'm able to fight for it. I think there are many players who also have the level to compete for a medal, but that's mainly my goal for 2021.
Thank you, and wish you all the best for the Olympics. And yeah, the next one, Kanak, what are your goals for 2021?
I mean, my goals first, obviously the biggest event is Tokyo Olympics, like Hugo said. I would definitely really love to compete well there. Normally, I don't really like to keep so many concrete goals for myself. I like to focus more on short-term and day-to-day practice. And also, it's hard to have goals in terms of results. A lot of uncertain period right now of what events will take place. So for me, I mean, my goal has always stayed the same every year, just to improve day by day and just focus on my game and not too much about the results.
Great attitude, and wish you all the best with this, Kanak. And now the turn of the year is so close, Jiaqi. And I would like to know from you the goals for you, of course, and for your players, for Chen Yiqing, and also for the mixed double with Lim Junju. What are your goals?
For both of them, I hope they're get medal from Olympics, of course. But for everyone, I hope COVID-19 will end as soon as possible. I wish all participants in upcoming Olympics are healthy and safe during the period of time. I hope everything about Olympics will goes well and everyone stays safe and all the players enjoy the game.
Thank you. We hope so too, and fingers crossed. And last but not least, Adriana.
Yeah, well, my goals for 2021, as my friend says, I think Olympics. I just want to play good in Olympics, represent well my country. It's gonna be a tough tournament, but yeah, I hope I play good. I wanna be maybe, I don't know, top 15 the ranking, trying to get some points. So yeah, I just want, like Jiaqi said, COVID free, so we can have good tournaments and we can have all of the players back. And yeah, I just want to have a great year, and I hope it turns out very different from 2020.
Thank you, Adriana, and also for you, all the best for 2021. And time is flying, and I would like to pass over to you, Max, for the question and answer part. And we have received prior webinar questions too, so please go on, Massimo.
Yeah. Time is very short. Receiving from Jamaica Table Tennis Association, Sandra Ritty. She's a national coach, and talking about the bubble and the mental efforts. How was your mental preparation during the bubble? Of course, for the players and Jiaqi as well. We can start from you, Hugo. Was any particular mental preparation having during maybe the quarantine or I don't know, something related with that?
I don't think so. I mean, I had played a few league matches before that. I think the biggest challenge was to prepare myself to going back to the international tournaments, which is not the same as the Bundesliga, and of course trying to stay healthy mentally during the quarantine days. It's not easy to stay in the room for a long period of time, but I think I was able to manage that well. And no, nothing special. I just tried to focus as much as I could on my game and on how to perform when the time came.
Thanks. How about you, Adriana? Have you done any specific special mental preparation?
Well, before entering the bubble, yeah, I talked with my psychologist, and yeah, we knew it was gonna be hard to, again, get used to that environment and playing. So yeah, I think for my part, I had mental preparation. I tried to imagine before the competition. I tried to imagine some scenarios and how could I manage to play. So yeah, I think in the first tournament in the World Cup, I played good. I think all of the mental preparation I did before helped me a lot. Talking to my psychologist, it also helped me a lot. So yeah, I think mental is a very big important part in table tennis and in all of sports. So yeah, I try to take care of that part mostly. Yeah.
Thank you. Kanak, how about you?
For me, was in terms of the competition, was no real mental preparation. I mean, now I'd say I'm quite experienced playing international competitions, so I know how to prepare myself, and I just treated it as a normal tournament like I'm used to. The quarantine definitely was the harder part mentally. Yeah, just try to keep my mind active and try to think about some things and not get too sad, you know. That's not fun to stay in the room for so long. But no specific mental preparation for the event for me.
Last but not least, Jiaqi?
For me, it's more easier than the player because during the quarantine, I don't have to worry about my game. All I have to do is make sure my player are work out every day and they're watching the game and yeah, make sure they're okay. And also, we actually we bought a game. What's that game called? The sport. We can exercise in the room.
Ah, okay. The sort of a video games.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, that kept you busy, let's say, somehow. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Then back to Dominic. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. And it's time for the last question. But before going over to the last question, I would like to mention that the question regarding the restart in Jamaica from John Daly was answered by our ITTF High Performance and Development Operations Manager Dora Yela in written form. So John, please have a look in the Q&A section and you will find the answer there. And now over to the last question for all of you, for the players. It's from Michi Kim from Korea. And her question is from the TV broadcasting. I could follow the trajectory of the orange ball better than a white ball. Had you felt any differences between them when you were playing? And I would like to start with Hugo.
Yeah, I think I was the only one who played with the orange ball, right?
Yeah.
From the players here. No, I didn't feel any difference. I think, yeah, once you're playing, you just focus on the ball. You don't even realize which color it is. So.
Okay, good. So it was a quite okay experience for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, before I think many tournaments were played with the orange ball. So yeah, no difference for me.
Okay, great. Thank you for your answer. And although the others haven't played with the orange ball or didn't play with the orange ball, what are your thoughts regarding the orange ball? So maybe pass over to Kanak.
Yeah, like Ugo said, when we're competing, most of the time we're so focused on the match that we don't even notice things like the color of the table, the floor, the ball. We're just so focused on the match. But I think it's the color of the ball and stuff like this, barriers, table, this is something really noticeable for viewers. And I mean, for me personally, as a player, I can always see the ball well while watching, even on the live stream. But if it helps for viewers to watch and understand the spin better, then I definitely think it's a great idea.
Great speech. Thank you very much. And what about you, the ladies? Let's start with Adriana.
Yeah, same like they said. It doesn't really make a difference. We're just very focused in the game. But like Kanak said, if the viewers enjoy much more the quality with the orange ball, then it's okay for us. I mean, I haven't played, so maybe yeah, Ugo feel different. I don't know, but for me, I think it's okay. And I hope one day, maybe that actually like motivates me to one day maybe I can play with the orange ball. So that's just kind of like VIP kind of thing.
Okay, thank you for the interesting insight. And last but not least, Jiaqi.
For orange ball as a coach, I think whatever the player says, if they feel good about the color, I don't really mind because I sit in there, I'm not playing, so I can't feel the ball. As an audience, if like they said, if goodwill, that's good.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answer. And it's also time for the thank you words. And those thank you words go to each one of you, to Steve, Jiaqi, Adriana, Hugo, and last but not least, Kanak. We, the entire ITTF High Performance in Development team, want to thank all of you for having been fantastic panelists, for sharing your experiences, expertise, for giving us so many interesting insights how it was in the bubble, and of course also into how the restart went for you. And all that, although having tough schedules at the recent times. So thank you very much again for taking the time and being our panelists. And I want to thank all of you for your interest and attendance at our 33 ITTF HPD Table Tennis at Your Fingertips webinar, which was the last one in 2020. We are looking forward to our continuation of our ITTF HPD webinar series in January 2021. Further details will follow timely. And that's all from my side for today, and I wish you, in the name of the entire ITTF HPD team, happy holidays. But before passing traditionally over to our well-known ITTF HP Elite coach for his closing words, I would like to give the floor to our ITTF HPD Director, Polona Čehovin from Slovenia. So pass over to you, Polona, and I kindly ask you to pass over to Max after your speech for his closing words.
Thank you very much, Dominic. Those who regularly follow our webinars know that I don't have this habit of getting in front of the screen, but today I really felt that I have few thoughts of mine that I would like to share with you. So as it was mentioned, our first webinar quite some time ago, to be precise on the 2nd of May. And at that time we named it Table Tennis During COVID Times. And by no means we could imagine that after more than 6 months, we would still be only able to interact virtually, just as we are doing today with our 33rd edition of our series that we named Table Tennis at Your Fingertips. However, the future looks much brighter today, very much thanks to the restart. And thanks a lot, Adriana, Jiaqi, Hugo, Kanak, and of course, Steve, for joining us and sharing with us your impressions and experiences from China and Macau. It was really interesting for us to learn this firsthand. We watched you on TV screens in around 140 countries, I believe, around the world, which is a great achievement, with a lot of excitement, joy, and pride. And the success of the bubble is very much thanks to you, besides, of course, the team that worked hard behind the scenes, and CTTA that once again proved to be a super host and a great partner overall, just like you all mentioned already. When we started back in May, we started with players, and finishing up with this webinar in this exceptional year with players again was, of course, a natural and obvious choice for us, because we really feel that players are at the heart of ITTF, or better said, of the ITTF group, as we like to call it, and feel it. So the ITTF Foundation, and World Table Tennis. And surely it's the same feeling that is shared throughout the table tennis family. So once again, thank you guys. Thank you also, Steve. It's always great to have you boss among us, and your passion and commitment are really contagious. So thanks for that. I'd like to take the opportunity also to thank the audience from across the world. Either you are following us live or through the recordings that we put on YouTube. You are the most important protagonists of our webinars, truth to be told, and it's because of you we have the motivation to carry over. I hope that through our webinars you learned something new, or maybe just reconfirmed what you knew already, which is equally valuable, and that we were able to address some of the most relevant topics and areas in our sport. We are preparing new content for 21 and also some even more engaging interactions, so please stay tuned. A big token of thanks to all the panelists. There were around 100 altogether, obviously in the 33 editions, as you were actually the real creators of the webinars. And last but not least, I would like to thank the team, Dora, Cassia, Max, Moncho, and Dominic, who took care of these rendezvous, let's call them this way, if I can. It required a huge amount of work and a lot of coordination, and your tireless efforts in preparing, managing, following up before, during, and after is really and sincerely and highly appreciated. You really rock, and I'm very happy to be in the same team, the HPD Dream Team, as we like to call it. Okay, maybe going a bit long, but really no time to thank each and everyone, because everyone contributed in their own way to the success of this e-journey. And at the end of the day, it also allowed to stay us connected in these challenging times. So good luck to the ITTF World professional teams. Go girls, make us proud. We will support you remotely, but we are there with you very close in our spirits. And finally, I wish you all a very merry festive season, a bright and rocking new year, and I look forward to seeing you in 21, either virtually, but hopefully, and I'm sure soon also live. So thanks again to everyone, and I pass it over to Max. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Polona. And of course, from my side, we conclude this first cycle of webinars, 33 webinars. It was really amazing. We couldn't believe, of course, in advance to go that far. We thought and we hoped maybe to start and see in person soon, but okay. We have to postpone. We keep going, and we are going keep going with the same enthusiasm and passion that we always show during this webinar. Thank you all. Thank you, the participant, the panelists, Dominic, the team behind. Steve, again, thank you so much for being with us. Players, good luck, good everything. Have a best 2021 ahead, and from my side is all. And as usual, I conclude with ciao.
Bye-bye. See you in 2021.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.